Can the Warriors get back to the promised land this upcoming regular season? Many folks think we need Lauri Markkanen to make it happen, or we won't even make the playoffs. Maybe just to play in. No Steph, no Dre, no Clay. The trifecta is broken up. You're left with Dre and Steph now. First time in over a decade. Clay, thank you for your time. You're off to Denver. Now we need a second scoring option, what Clay provided at his prime. Is Lauri Markkanen that guy? Will the Warriors get him before a trade? Well, unfortunately, it's feeling like right now, it's not going to happen. And we have the strongest quote yet that says he's not coming to Golden State. The extension is happening in Utah, and he wants to stay there. We're going to break down the report, what this means, and everything in between on this episode of Warriors Digest. Randy Silver here. Thank you for being with us. If I look a little bit sweaty, my AC is still broken, but I'm out here grinding in my hot room, making these videos for you. So let's get into it. And as we always do, let's shout out some fans first. Van Jones, loyal fan subscriber. Great video, Randy. Shout out to VJ Edgecombe, the Bahamas' next NBA star. Appreciate you for being here. Vontae Jackson, Randy, you a D GOAT. Let's flippin' go. Here from Oakland, California. Appreciate you, my man. And Jeremy Lee, loving the content. Love from Malaysia. Worldwide fandom here for Warriors Digest. And fans across the globe want Lauri Markkanen. Folks, I don't have good news for you. Rumors. Lauri Markkanen doesn't want to be traded amid Warriors. Hear about the Spurs. Kings have fallen off a bit. Does not want to be traded. During an appearance on The Drive with Spence Checketts on ESPN 700 in Salt Lake City, the Athletics' Tony Jones revealed that the most... Oops. Let me get this right. Jones revealed that the most likely scenario is that Markkanen signs a contract extension with the Jazz after he becomes eligible on August 6th because he doesn't have a desire to be traded from Utah. That last part is most important. We haven't really heard from him throughout the whole offseason. Still technically not through him. This is a report from Tony Jones, but does not want to be traded. We knew the extension was coming as he's going into his final year at Utah in his contract. Now, the extension would be potentially to get more opportunities for the Jazz to have a bigger trade, but this is potentially to say, hey, I want to be with Utah for the future. I would expect him to sign on August 7th or after August 6th. He doesn't want to be traded, so if he signs the renegotiation and extension, which I expect him to do, I expect him to do it after August 6th. So there's no trade talk this year. So again, August 6th, as you see, is the key date. If he signs after August 6th, when he's eligible, so on August 6th, he's eligible for his extension. If he signs that day, he cannot be traded for 6 months. And that takes you to exactly the trade deadline. So you got September, October, November, December, January, February. February 6th is when the trade deadline is. He can be traded. If he signs the day after, August 7th or beyond, he's tied to Utah the whole season, and he cannot be traded. So yes, August 6th, we will know for sure what happens with Markkanen. As I just said, a little bit ahead of myself, if Markkanen signs a new deal on August 6th, he will be ineligible to be traded for 6 months until the next season's trade deadline on February 6th. If he signs on August 7th or later, the Jazz would be restricted from trading him until the 2025 offseason. Just like with Kuminga Moody, in terms of the restrictions they have, we can extend them before this offseason, before the regular season, If we don't extend them, then we can't extend them during the season. Next offseason, we'd be able to extend them, or the restricted free agents, where they will be regardless. Markkanen, same thing. If he's not extended before August 6th, and there's really no reason to do it before then if he's not extended on that day, he cannot be traded during the season. Jones goes on to continue. I don't even think signing on August 6th is even that much of an option. We're almost 100% trending towards him signing on the 7th. Meaning, if he wants to be in Utah, there's no reason to push it on that day to give the implication, rumors, trades, etc. Anything could happen throughout the first half of the season until the trade deadline. So wait a day, August 7th, sign. He's there for 4 or 5 years and cannot be traded at all. Why would he want to stay on a losing team? Let me make this bigger. Lauri has really taken to Utah. His family has taken to Utah. The Jazz can trade him between now and August 6th. But again, that's on a 1-year contract, so the Jazz can't get as much back. And if they do that now, that means the team, Warriors, Spurs, whoever it is, does the extension. And so he knows that, but Lauri has forged a really close relationship with head coach Will Hardy. And Hardy has really found a way to unlock his career in a manner that hasn't been accomplished before. Lauri really recognizes that, understands that, and appreciates that. He wants to be a part of the rebuild. Jazz were one of the worst teams last year. So he's okay sacrificing winning now to help this team be better in the future. And he's from the Scandinavia area. You know, Utah is very similar climate, colder in the winter, snow, things of that nature. A lot of people maybe want the bright lights of LA, hustle and bustle of a San Francisco, a proper like city, Miami, what goes on there, but he's feeling okay in Utah. So the likely scenario is Lauri signs on August 7th. The Jazz prioritize the young guys during the season, and they try to enter the Cooper Flag sweepstakes in the draft of 2025. So the question is, how do they do that with Markkanen? Well, if we look at who they have, draft capital, look at this, folks. Even if they don't tank next year and they have Markkanen and they're, say, a 6th through 10th in the worst record, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 first-round picks. Look at my face. 15 first-round picks over the course of 25 to 31. That's 6 years. So if they wanted to do a package to get the number 1 pick next year and give up 7 first-round picks, 6 first-round picks, whatever, to get Cooper Flag and pair him with Markkanen, they can do that. And Cooper Flag seems like he is him. With Team USA Select competing against the Olympics teams before they went over to Europe, he was an amazing player. And he's just coming out of high school, going to college, where he'll play at Duke, be one and done. Hopefully, of course, he doesn't get hurt, stays healthy, has a great year. He will most likely be the first pick. And the Jazz, if they don't get that first pick, can have an option to make a bunch of trades or one big trade of first-round picks to get there. So that's why, you know, keeping Markkanen isn't going to hinder this team because they have so much draft capital to make those trades. Warriors, again, this is what we got. The odds are we need to give up Podziemski to be able to make the trade. The Warriors don't want to do that. They see him as a non-touchable. They'd rather give up Kuminga, who I think is a non-touchable, and they say as well, but it has to be the right trade. Wiggins you could do, but they want to get younger, but the money would work. Moody in first-round picks, but Jazz don't want that. They want Podziemski. We're capped again. You've seen this all before. If you've been on the channel, we can't sign any players right now because we're at the $500,000 below the first hard tax apron where we're stuck. This is our team going into it. So Markkanen seems right now it's off the table because he wants to stay in Utah. And we know Danny Ainge has been talking a big game, wants a bunch of draft capital, wants to get the world for him. But also it comes down to the player. He doesn't have a no trade clause, so the Jazz can do what they want. But he's a cornerstone of the franchise. He likes being there. If he's willing to be a part of a rebuild, and the Jazz can still go get a first overall pick next year in Cooper Flag, if he's him, because they have all that first-round picks, then the rebuild's a bit quicker because they don't need to get a second star. They have one already. And Cooper Flag, if he can come relatively quickly in the NBA, a couple seasons, be competing. So let me know your thoughts. What do you think of this? And again, it comes down to he doesn't want to be traded, meaning the Warriors are out of luck. We said we're not giving up Podziemski. Ainge is saying that's a no-brainer. He has to be part of the trade. So again, we're keeping you updated here. We've been breaking down stuff around trade rumors, free agency, players, All-Stars, the Olympics. We did some stuff around the NBA. So we're bringing you all the content we know in the slow period of Warriors land. Let me know your thoughts, and of course, subscribe if you want more daily videos. Out, y'all.